No, sir, I think.
No, sir. So,
No.
Monika, can you say it
No,
again?
sir.
Yeah.
Oh, um, can you please guide me, anyone?
Uh,
Now, is it visible?
yeah. Yes.
Yes, it is.
Okay, now I shall start again. I've already introduced myself, and yes, Full Fathom Five Thy Father Lies. This is a poem by William Shakespeare. And this is a poem that occurs in Shakespeare's play The Tempest, Act 1, Scene 2. The title of this poem, Full Fathom Five Thy Father Lies, literally translates to Your Father Lies 30 feet under the sea. It's kind of weird. Now, I'd like to give a short overview on the play itself. The Tempest, Act 1. The beginning of the play lives up to its name as the play unfolds in a boat in the middle of a violent storm. The cause of this storm was Prospero, the Duke of Milan, and his magic. His explanation as for why he was doing so was the King of Naples, who was an ally of his brother, in making him abdicate the throne, was a passenger in that boat, and he wanted his revenge. During the course of the storm, the Prince of Naples gets separated from the king, and he basically gets to watch the king's boat drown. And I'd like to suggest you all to check this Tempest play. It's quite interesting. Now I'm moving on to the characters of the poem. There are two characters in this poem, Ariel and Ferdinand. Ariel is the narrator of the poem, and he is the spirit of the air, and Ferdinand is the Prince of Naples, so he's the king, son of King of Naples. And during the storm, as I mentioned earlier, he was separated from the rest of the king's party. And now I'm describing the poem. Please listen it carefully. It's quite a nice one. And the poem Full Fathom Five Thy Father Lies is a song sung by the spirit Ariel in Shakespeare's play The Tempest. The spirit sings this song to Ferdinand, the Prince of Naples, who mistakenly thinks that his father has drowned. The speaker of this poem, Ariel, is a very powerful spirit of wind who flies lightly and invisibly, playing music and singing songs. Here he sings the song about the death of Ferdinand's father. Ferdinand is of course worried by his father's death. He is mourning. In the meantime, Ariel comes to console the prince. He reassures the prince to some extent by saying that the death of the king wasn't meaningless. The king's body was 30 feet below the sea surface. It wasn't decaying. Instead, his body was transforming. His remains were changing into something strange yet beautiful. His bones were transforming into corals and his eyes into pretty pearls. The sea nymphs, which I have shown in this picture, were ringing near every other hour to welcome the king's death, to welcome him there, and to celebrate his changing. And now, regarding the rhetorical elements in the poem, there lies an alliteration. Alliteration is the repetition of an initial first sound in two or more words in a line in a poem. In the first line of the poem, Full Fathom Five Thy Father Lies, the sound F has been repeated 4 times. It reminds us of the flow of the sea, in which the play is occurring right now. Similarly, other alliterations are suffer as sea change. Hark, now I hear them. And another rhetorical element in the poem is assonance. Assonance is the repetition of vowel sounds in stressed syllables, like as in 5 lies, nymphs, ring. These are the examples of assonance in the poem, and all these rhetorical devices have enhanced the musical quality of the song or poem, if you will say. In the line 8, ding dong, it imitates the sound of the bell. It is usually the sound of the bell which is rung slowly for the death of Ferdinand's father. The nasal NG sound produces lingering vibrant effects, and the harsh sound D reminds us of death. And now this is basically a short summary or points of whatever I said. In this very poem, death is described in an artistic manner by Ariel, and through his powerful explanation, he has proved that death is meaningful, and especially he has comforted Ferdinand by saying that the death of the king wasn't meaningless. Instead, he had his doors open to many new chances, and every part of the body changing into something precious at the bottom of the sea also highlights that thing which is analogous to some of the mythical stories which say that death is not the end, there exists something even after the death. And in general, this also highlights the play's theme of death and rebirth. Yeah. This was all. Thank you. I
Okay,
conclude.
okay. Please keep the slides here only.
Yes, sir.
Okay, okay. I'll see these slides once again. So, everybody. So this full fathom five, thy father lies. If you see 1 fathom equal to 5 feet, means how many feet? 6 feet means there he is 30 feet below, right?
Yes, sir.
In the sea, yes, 30 feet below. So, what are your comments, critical comments? May I get from your friends now? Please feel free to comment on anyone's presentation. And Monika's presentation is also for all. And please share your uh, understanding or some critical comments, whatever. Please.
Really wonderful, sir. I feel like some professional teacher is presenting us. Wonderful, sir.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. Okay, that's great. Thank you, Aslim ji. Others, Anis ji, you have not spoken anything.
Sir, it was really nice, sir.
Okay. What about Saugat ji?
It was nice, sir.
Okay. Now it was nice. Now I want to get what sense it was nice and what sense it has
The
some
way she
place
was
for.
presenting was the way she
Okay.
was presenting fluently was nice, sir.
Okay. Okay.
May I,
Others?
sir?
Yes.